Hi everyone, it's me, Jen, and I'm nothing if not intense. Welcome to the Danley Deep Dive, Part 5, with me, NINI. Mapping Mary Lou. The LVMPD and FBI continue to want us to believe that Mary Lou Danley, the live-in girlfriend of Stephen Paddock, was out of the country on 10/1/2017. However, when you look instead of just listen, the evidence will show you a different outcome. I have spoken of this before, but I think it's worth mentioning again. The theory of the big lie. If you say something completely outrageous, but repeat it often enough, many will finally believe you. The entire narrative surrounding Mary Lou, in my opinion, is the theory of the big lie in action. It is completely outrageous for the LVMPD to say that she was out of the country, when in fact they found her in Vegas, detained her, and then released her to the FBI. Threads of truth, let us weave. Every great lie contains some small element of the truth, a thread of truth. It can make the unbelievable believable. Finding those small elements or threads and weaving them together are what will reveal the truth. Sourcing of said small elements or threads of the truth are as follows: LVMPD scanner traffic, the preliminary report, the final report, LVMPD body-worn camera, officer statements, witness statements, LVMPD and FBI warrants, live breaking news coverage, social media, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Where we left off, Part 4, and Bitsko's statement. Part 4 ended as Levi found Mary Lou's player's card on the counter in room 32-135. He announced the info over convention center radio traffic at approximately 11:38 p.m., and then about a minute later announced that she shares an address with the suspect. I believed that they had gotten that information from checks or a checkbook found in the master suite. That piece of evidence was validated with the recent release of Sergeant Joshua Bitsko's officer's statement. His account was taken on October 3rd, 2017. On page 17 he states, we also, in the bedroom, there was a folder. We opened and found checks. That's how we got the female's name and address. Here we see page 17 of Bitsko's statement, where he does say that in the bedroom there was a folder, they opened and found checks. That's how they got the female's name and address. I believe it was the green folder that was on the bed in the master suite. And I have said this for a long time, that there had to be some more identifying information in that room of Mary Lou's, because they wouldn't get that address from her player's card. So when I read that, to me that was validation of what I had been saying for quite some time. Officer Zambrano's statement, and it's basically a timeline. This officer gets tasked with being a scribe and documents the event as it happens, creating this timeline. We are only looking at the events relating to Mary Lou Danley. The first mention of Mary Lou Danley is at 23:40. Mary Lou Danley is the wife or girlfriend of the suspect. At 11:49, CN crisis negotiator Panulo ran Accurant and found Danley is related to Paddock. Accurant is a program that's available to law enforcement. Plug somebody's name in, it brings up a ton of information, who they're related to, etc. It's nothing that we, the public, have access to. I don't believe. It's been a while since I looked it up. 11:53, Mary Lou Danley, redacted. I would think that that's Mary Lou Danley and her phone number, because they did know her phone number quite early on, because there was one phone of paddocks that had been calling the same number numerous times that day, and the contact name was Mary Lou. The next entry that caught my attention was at 12:03 a.m. Tactical is advising paddock is down and will attempt to locate associates. If he was never seen with anybody that whole time he was in Vegas, they've got 200 instances of him, on camera, always by himself. This entry says to me that they know that there were other people with him. And, excuse me, remember the word associate, because I think that's important. But, and I'm trying so hard just to stay focused on Mary Lou, but this is when it gets hard. Why at 12:03 Tactical is advising paddock is down? I'm not sure if that's when Levi and this person and that person keeps calling control and CP to, hey, we've got a suspect down on 32. Yes, it's been broadcast. Yes, it's been broadcast. Yes, it's been broadcast. That may have been one of those additional times when they had to let everybody know that they have that suspect down on floor 32. 46 a.m., suspect name is in the media. Right above that at 12:41, intelligence on suspect from CN Panulo. Remember, Panulo's the one that did the accurate and is kind of on the Mary Lou thing. So I wonder what that intelligence was. We will never know. Who knows what it was? So they know some things about Miss Mary Lou Danley for sure. At 1:37 a.m., redacted, Hyundai Tucson, possible other suspect plate. So they redact the plate, which is 114 Baker 40. That's kind of stupid because that's been out there since the night of the shooting. It was on the news. But whatever, LVMPD, whatever floats your boats, guys. That's redonkulous. Again, why are we seeing all these entries about Mary Lou Danley if she was in another country? It would be hard to mistake. Either you're in our country or you're not. There's no in between. There's no, oh, well, I don't know where she's at because she was traveling when I talked. No, it's pretty black or white. Either you're in our country or you're not. She was in our country on 10/1/2017. Last but not least on this timeline is at 2:06 a.m. per TASS, Mary Lou Danley is out of the country until October 4th or October 5th. Well, my. I think they jumped the gun a little bit on starting the Mary Lou memory hole. At 2:06 a.m., supposedly they knew that she was out of the country. However, there is a bolo out for her. There are many officers that are aware that she is a suspect that was with the shooter at the time of the shooting or in very close proximity that day. There's everybody, all the officers know. There are group texts. They're watching. They're looking for her because if you remember, we haven't got there yet, but you'll hear how they describe her, how Sheriff Joe describes her on the news, all kind of very non-threatening, and she's just a companion, and we just are interested in talking to her. but then yet you'll hear dispatch putting something out over the scanner saying Mary Lou Danley, armed and dangerous. Which is it? Was she just some poor little companion and they're interested in talking to her? Or is she Mary frickin' Lou Danley, armed and dangerous, out on the streets, on the strip, in Vegas, that night, getting ready to do only God knows what? So this entry is complete and utter bullshit. And I wish I had a different word for bullshit, but I don't, so I'm gonna just call it bullshit like it is.
He is a local resident. I will not release his name at this time, but we are interested in a companion that is traveling with him, and her name is, and I will provide you the name, so please be accurate on this, is Mary Lou Danley, Marilou, last name spelled Danley. She is a Asian female, approximately 4'11", weight of 111 pounds. We have not located her at this time, and we are interested in talking to her for follow-up. 2 vehicles we're interested in locating, and we need your assistance with that. We have a Hyundai Tucson with Nevada plate 114 Baker 40B40, and a Chrysler Pacifica Touring Nevada plate 19D401. These are the plates registered to the suspect that we located at the man.
So I kind of screwed the pooch here on part 5. It was supposed to be a lot longer. I have a bunch of scanner traffic that I captioned and the whole deal, and then I couldn't attach it to this without it screwing up all the captioning. So I'm going to have to do that as a separate video. I hope you guys understand. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe. I will have part 6 out to you very, very soon. Any support right now would be phenomenal. Links will be in the description. And like I said, I promise part 6 very soon, because it's almost done.